Just curious whether there's ever any difference you can gauge in the team's mood today as compared to after game one, and whether that's a positive or a negative thing.
Well, it's probably, I would say, better because our game was better. Let's call it what it was. I didn't think we had much of a chance in game one. I thought last night we played a much better game, had an opportunity to win. Obviously, we didn't get it done, but I think the belief in our room is real good. I just feel like this series is real close to flipping here. And our game is back to where it should be. And there's a couple areas that we know we can be a little bit better in. And if we are, then it could be the difference.
Art Staple, The Athletic.
Barry, do you feel like you gave them so little throughout that game, and then, are you still kind of scratching your head how that last 30 seconds went? And just because it was such a small space of time, do you feel like the guys can put it aside for the next one?
Yeah, one of the things that we talked about real quickly, I've talked about the journey to get to the cup. When you get this far, it's already had some roadblocks and different things, and then you look back even in our last series, we were up 2 games, and we had to go to Game 7 with Philly to eliminate them. So our focus is just on the next game. We can't get back what we haven't. We played the last 2 games. We can't get those games back, but we can get the next game, and we'll just focus on that. And this group is really resilient at that. We shared stories of a journey a couple of years ago. I mean, we were. The team that I had was down in every series, and we came back and won a cup. So it's just focusing and be in the moment, and the guys are. This group is. You talk about character and resiliency and all that. I mean, we're into our 4th series, not our 3rd series, our 4th, and the mental grind and the amount of effort they have to put forward. It's tremendous, and they're not scared of the work. They're not scared of the battle. They're not scared of the challenge. So, to me, we'll leave it all on the line, and if it's not good enough, so be it. But we're going to walk away from this series, no matter what, with our best effort.
Brian Compton, NHL.com.
Hey Barry, just to kind of piggyback that, after a loss like that and only a day to recuperate, is it on you to reinforce confidence in the guys, or at this stage of the game, does it really just depend on the DNA of each individual player? Thanks.
No, to me, it's sort of the group. I think it's messaging, it's understanding that there's no reason other than the outcome to feel bad about your game. I mean, there's a lot of good things that we can feel good about. So. To me, it's more of a positive in terms of where we want to go than a negative. I mean, obviously the score is the one negative, and there's a lot of positives. They outweigh the negatives by a lot. So that's what you have to look at, and understanding your game is starting to have an effect.
Larry Brooks, New York Post.
Yeah, Barry, are you guys skating today? And I guess how much have you been on the ice other than the games since you got?
That's it, Larry. We've just been on for we haven't even morning skate. We've been chasing. I thought we've gone so many series, but we went 7 games emotionally, physically, mentally, and then we flew, and then we started a series. It was a lot. So we've been chasing. I'll say the energy and all that. So there's at this point in time, it's you got guys that are marked up, guys that are battling through stuff, and it's just the games are all that matter right now. There's not a lot that we can work on systematically that are gonna be the difference right now for us. Our systematic stuff are all dialed in, and I think our team is strong enough where we can make some adjustments, and they do that, and they can do it because I think we're we're a fairly veteran team. So I think those adjustments are made a little bit on either film or talking with players on certain things.
Arpan Basu, The Athletic.
Hey Barry, you've obviously coached for a long time, and you've coached teams where you had a clear-cut number 1 goaltender, and the trend now appears to be going to more of a tandem system. In terms of how many decisions you have to make as a coach, is this sort of added layer of decision making? Do you prefer that, or did you prefer the days where you kind of knew you didn't have to decide and you knew who was going in every game?
Well, but from a coaching standpoint, you get pulled in a lot of different directions, and a lot of times they're directed by emotion, different parts of your organization depending on how you're set up. But one less decision is always probably better. But I understand that the reality of the I'll say the new NHL, the evolving NHL, is that it's almost impossible for a goalie to play as many games physically and mentally, just because there's parity. I know back in the day, some goaltenders could play 70 games because of the fact that there wasn't as much parity in the league. Now the game is so fast and guys can shoot it, technology, all that. It is mentally really tough for a goaltender to play that many games. There's still some guys that are unique that way, but if you want to have high-level goaltending, I think you see more and more teams going to a little more of the tandem base, and it's going to get tougher. The reality is going forward is that who knows, do we start in December or January, that the next schedule that for next year is going to be condensed, and it's going to get harder and harder. So I think the trend is going to be for teams to try to have two capable goaltenders who can get you wins. And if you don't have that, then there's you got if you have depending how your split is, you're going to need wins from your backup goaltender or your 1A or 1B. You need wins.